Hello and welcome to Spirit Mom. Today at Spirit School, we're going to discuss how to handle naysayers. Did you know sometimes people can be negative? Shocking as that might sound, it's true. It's an unfortunate fact that most places you go, somebody always has something to say. Sometimes we might even be one of these people. But hopefully you're working on that with the tools we're learning here in Spirit School. Today we will be discussing other people's negativity that is specifically aimed at us, the naysayers of our lives. You'll find, especially in the beginning, that when you strike out for a better path, everyone around you will have something to say about it. Oh, you're going to try meditation. Isn't that a little woo-woo? Crystals, ha, what a load of bull. Did you see what that guy just did? You should be furious. Don't be such a pushover. Turn off that spirit mom. She sounds like a complete idiot. If thoughts can control the world, then we wouldn't have war and famine, and I'd be the Queen of England by now. This constant and persistent choir will sound day in and day out as long as you allow it to. When you defend yourself and your actions, you leave the door open for them to attack. Unless you're discussing a topic you actually want them to know about, then you're better off just to keep it to yourself. Most people will just try to bring you down. If you manage to find supportive people to follow you along on your journey, then great. That's amazing. It's important though to also watch them. Sometimes when people seem supportive, they are also trying to steer your ship through their more subtle nudges. That's great, you're meditating, but have you tried jogging? Crystals are pretty, but what about classical music? These people are not trying to harm you, but humans have this need to always control everyone and everything. Humans tend to think with their egoic ideas of what should be, instead of feeling into it with their soul, like hopefully you're learning to do. As you begin to better yourself, be prepared for people to get triggered by your success. Especially if someone is used to you being lower than them. If in their mind they think you're lower than them, they'll be extra upset. When someone who is seen as being in a hierarchical, can't say that word, in a higher position than you, they are going to freak out and think it makes them lower if they now see you as better. It will completely shake up their sense of self. Whether they consciously acknowledge it or not, they're going to see your betterment of yourself as them becoming worse. So they're going to want to keep you as being worse. Even though nothing will be changing in their lives, technically it will begin to alter their perspective of the reality they've painted. The general population is usually not comfortable with a shifting of perspectives. So always remember you should stay your course regardless of what outsiders say. Whether they are your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, mom, dad, sister, brother, or friend, what they think does not matter to your spiritual journey. The all is mine. Your world is made by your mind. The spiritual path used to be one of solitude for a reason and still is in some cultures. It would be easier to reach spiritual enlightenment alone, but I don't think that is what our new age of Aquarius is all about. By the end of this age, of the next couple of thousand years, we're all supposed to be awakened. However, in the meantime, our growing population of awakening souls will have to learn to maneuver throughout society while staying true to the path, while staying true to yourself. It's important that you don't need to completely dismiss people, but you do need to stay strong. And sometimes depending on the strength in which these people are coming at you, again, it might mean walking away, it might mean speaking your truth calmly, but you'll have to watch your own energy levels. So sometimes with people, We know that person says things. We can hear them say things all day long. It doesn't affect us. But other people, we take them more seriously, and they could just say a few things and we're like shook and we're like, oh my God, am I on the right path? Am I being an idiot? Should I just like go back to doing the 9 to 5 thing, watching TV, drinking, and just forget about my soul? Am I in silly la la land? Do I believe in Santa? Like, what's going on? What is reality? Like, people can really get you shook, especially if there's someone you respect. So it's important that you have yourself almost in the highest sense of respect, because your higher self, your wisdom, your mind is what is the all. It is what you need to respect the most. And by doing the tools we learn here and all throughout the spiritual world, you will build a higher sense of self, of a higher sense of being and knowing. One day you won't even have to study as much. You will be the one that knows, because you will be in tune with your higher self. But to do that, we need to walk away from the naysayers, not necessarily argue with them, because usually there's no point. You got to weigh that in the situation yourself. But if you walk away from the situation feeling worse yourself, then you know next time, just don't bother. Don't bother with that person. And I've heard people needing to cut people out when they want to get on the spiritual path. If you have somebody that won't let you be better, then that's something you're going to have to gauge at the time. But it's important that regardless of what you do about it, you cannot let the naysayers bring you down, because you're going up. Tomorrow, we'll talk about high vibrational power words and how to use them. Stay strong, people. Goodbye for now. Spirit Mom.